On this channel, I upload English listening videos for different levels every day. You can improve your English by listening. If you're ready, let's begin. On Friday afternoon, Layla closed her laptop and stretched her arms. It had been a long week at the design studio, and her eyes felt tired from looking at screens. Her friend Marta had been talking for months about a small seaside town called Marisport, with quiet streets and fresh fish. Finally, they had bought tickets for a Saturday day trip. Layla liked the idea of leaving the city for a few hours, breathing salty air, and coming back with a clear head. Early the next morning, Layla met Marta at Central Station. Marta was holding 2 coffees and a paper bag with pastries. "I brought breakfast," Marta said. "We need energy." Layla smiled. "You are always prepared." They checked the big electronic board. The letters were changing quickly, and people were moving in every direction. Layla felt a familiar stress in her chest. Stations always made her nervous, even when she arrived early. "Our train is at 9:10, Marta said, looking at her phone. "Platform 6. They walked fast, coffee cups warm in their hands. At platform 6, a train was already waiting with its doors open. People were getting on, and an announcement echoed above them, but the words were unclear. "This must be it," Marta said. "Let's go before it gets crowded." Layla hesitated for a second. She saw the number 910 on the small screen near the door, and she felt relieved. They found seats by the window and put their bags on the rack. The train started moving almost immediately. As the city buildings passed by, Marta leaned back. "I can't believe we're actually doing this. No emails, no meetings." Layla looked outside and tried to relax, but something felt strange. The train was going faster than she expected, and the stops were not the ones she remembered from the map Marta had sent her. She opened her own phone and checked the route again. "Marta," she said carefully, "did we choose the express train or the regular one?" Marta sat up. "What do you mean?" Layla showed her the map. "Marisport is supposed to be along the coast, right? But the GPS says we're heading inland." Marta frowned and quickly tapped her screen. Her face changed from calm to worried. "Oh no, we're on the 910 to Lakeford." Layla felt her stomach drop. "Lakeford? That's not even near the sea." Marta covered her mouth with one hand. "I saw platform 6 and I didn't double-check the destination." For a moment, they were both silent. Layla watched trees and small factories fly past. She was angry, but mostly at herself, because she had noticed the confusion and still followed. "Okay," Layla said, forcing herself to think. "Let's not panic. When is the next stop?" Marta looked around for a sign and then checked the app. "Next stop is Green Hill in 20 minutes. Layla nodded. "We'll get off there and find a train back. We can still make it, maybe." When they arrived at Green Hill, they rushed onto the platform. It was a smaller station with only 2 tracks and a tiny cafe. The air smelled like wet grass. Marta spoke to a worker in a bright orange vest. "Excuse me," Marta said. "We took the wrong train. How can we get to Marisport?" The worker listened, and then pointed to a timetable on the wall. "You can go back to Central, but the next train is in 40 minutes. Or," he paused, "there's a bus to Marisport from the town center. It leaves at 10:30. Layla checked the time. It was 10:05. "If we take the bus," Layla said, "we won't lose the whole day." Marta looked uncertain. "But what if we miss it? I hate running for buses." Layla took a breath. "We'll share one map, and we'll ask someone if we're lost. We can do this." They walked quickly out of the station and followed signs toward the town center. Along the way, Layla noticed how quiet everything was compared to the city. Even with the stress, she felt a strange excitement, like an unexpected adventure had started. At the bus stop, a small group of people were waiting. The sign said, "Marisport 10:30. Marta let out a long breath. "We made it," she said, smiling in relief. Layla laughed. "Next time, we'll read the destination, not just the platform." On the bus, Marta leaned her head against the window. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "I ruined our plan." Layla watched the road and thought about the morning. She realized she wasn't as upset as she had expected. "You didn't ruin it," Layla said. "We're still going, and honestly, this will be the story we tell later." When Marisport finally appeared, with blue water shining beyond the houses, they both cheered. They arrived later than planned, but they arrived together. And as they walked toward the harbor, Layla felt proud, not because everything went perfectly, but because they had stayed calm and found a new way forward. Thank you for listening and practicing English with us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends.